Adesanya is coming off a huge victory over Brad Tavares at the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale. Israel, how are you today?
I'm relaxed. I'm feeling good. Yeah, just enjoying myself.
So listen, like I mentioned, you're coming off a big victory over Brad Tavares. Obviously, I know a lot of people were impressed. But the most important question, how do you look back at your performance? Were you impressed like the rest of us were?
I was happy with it. After my last fight before that, I wasn't really too impressed because I knew I could have finished it. But one thing I'm learning is a lot of people get too caught up in the bullshit. They like the narrative of, you got to be a champion and finish these guys. For example, in boxing, to be a contender, you have to go undefeated on this stupid run and then start to fight guys that you can kind of be matched up well against. In MMA, a guy like myself, they expect me to just come in here and run through everyone, start sending the first round, the second round, which I do expect of myself as well. But like I said, after the fight, it's only my third fight. I'm just getting warmed up. I'm learning my way in there. So, yeah, for a guy who fight, an opponent, 5 round, didn't look gas, didn't look slow. I outclassed him. It was 50-45 all the way through except for one judge. And I don't know what round that judge scored to Tavares, but if it was 50-45 all the way through, it would have been a clean sweep. Like I said, I was going to finish this with flaming colors. And I did. I think I did. Apart from one judge scoring a round for him.
And so, like you mentioned, it was a clean sweep, a dominant victory. Were you expecting to win so dominantly? I know people were counting you out. Obviously, you're always confident. Did you expect to do it this way?
Yeah, I expected to finish him. I thought I was going to catch him with a bloody on the head. But he's a tough guy. He's an Islander, so they have really strong scars. And I haven't hurt my knuckle. See that fat knuckle? That's that moose knuckle.
Yeah.
I still kept on throwing it. I didn't really care. But, to dominate him like that, I've got guys in the gym. I got shooters I can still work him as well. And if I have to get through them and guys like Dan Hooker every single day, then I can take all these guys anywhere.
And I know one of the things that surprised me was the fact that he stood with you. It looked like he was confident in his stand-up. Were you surprised that he chose to stand with you and not, try to take it to the ground more?
Early on, I thought he would have shot a little quicker, but he's confident on the feet. He's got some good tricks up on his feet, very good basics. But I just didn't feel. Later on, I told you, eventually they'll become wrestlers and stop panic wrestling and panic striking. He didn't really panic strike as much till maybe the 4th round. But yeah, he started shooting and shots weren't doing nothing. I was just defending him easily. And I've drilled, all my takedown defense is just on point.
And I know when I got on social media, everything was a little bit crazy. I saw people finally getting on the hype train. People were excited and everything. What was your social media like when you finally got back on?
Same thing. It's still growing. My phone's on mute right now. I turned my notification off just because it just keep vibrating all the time in my pocket. I'm not trying to get excited like that. It's just it's blowing up. I tell it, the stock's going to quadruple into this fight because people are going to be like, "Oh shit, he did that." Oh wow. And I've seen even like a lot of people saying, "I wasn't a fan of the showboating and the talking. You back it up. I'm a fan now." I don't know what if you're on with the hype. All I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing me. I'm going to be no one's idol, no one's fucking, poster boy for whatever. I'm going to keep doing me. If they don't like it, don't have to do what you're in the world.
And so obviously it's a big win. People, like I said, they're jumping on the hype train and everything. Is this, do you think, your coming out party, or do you think that already happened when you got to the UFC?
My coming out party in Australasia was like they do the UFC. But the Americans didn't really, some of them they didn't really get it. Now, they get it. This is my American coming out party because it was my first fight in Vegas, first main event, and first top 10 opponent. So, yeah, what you can say that. But Just taking it down. And I work on that.
Coming back to I guess after the fight, and we know Dan Hooker did a podcast with Daniel Vreeland. He was saying, you're gonna go out fur coat, gold chain, the women and everything. How did you celebrate the victory?
Me, right after the fight, for me personally, after a fight, I like to just be with myself and settle down and let things sink in a little bit more. But yeah, same thing. Just went to the hotel room, chilled with my homies. We were drinking a little bit, video gaming. I put my story up about it, and I was just watching the fight, breaking it down. It took me about 2 hours or hour and a half in between, so I paused the fight. Certain bits I'd be watching and rewatching, and then just, and my guys understand. They're not trying to, there's no, yes men in our team, so they're not all on my dick and shit. They're just hanging out, doing their own thing, and just enjoying the moment at the top floor, Park MGM. And it was beautiful. I just felt grateful to be there. But then after Dan, we were just chilling till Dan won. After Dan won, then we went out and celebrated a little bit more. And yeah, it was cool. Vegas is fun for 3 days max, and after that, got to get out.
Yeah. So and you're now in Los Angeles, so I'm sure Los Angeles a lot of things for you to do over there for sure.
100%. I got work to do first, but after that, then we'll have a little fun, a little R&R, play around.
And so now that you've been in the UFC, obviously it hasn't even been a year yet. You've only got 3 fights, 3 wins in a row. Everyone's coming more and more impressively. How have you been able to adjust to the UFC? I mean, I don't want to say so easily because it might not be easy for you, but for us, it looks like you're adjusting pretty easily.
Yeah, a lot of people in my position would have crumbled. A lot of people in my position would have broke. They would have been shook, But I've prepped for this. I've told you guys I've prepped for this for so long. For me, it just feels like deja vu. Main event status, all that kind of shit. Doing post-fight interviews, pre-fight interviews, open workouts. It all felt so just natural because I've been ready. I've been waiting for so long. So yeah, I keep that same energy, and I don't know. The next one's gonna be the same thing, and everything around me changes, but I stay grounded.
And so we know that with every fight you go into, there's a lot of doubters. There's a lot of people that are always saying, maybe he's ground game, maybe he's all hype and all that stuff like that. Do you feel like you finally shut them up? Is this like the performance that finally, look, guys, I'm here. I'm a part of the top 10 now. Do you feel like that performance did that for you?
You'll never shut them up, but I don't give a fuck. I don't really care. They're never going to be in my position. They're never going to be living my life. And they're just some fuck boys and basic bitches that just do their own. Why they give a fuck about my life? I'm just living my life. I don't know who they are. So, yeah, there's always going to be naysayers, and you can't focus on that kind of shit. It gives it too much energy. If not, you're just taking away from yourself. So, yeah, let them doubt. It just fuels me anyway. They're going to pay. I'm not talking money. They're always going to pay attention.
And so we do know after your fight, you did like a little, I don't want to say like a chant, but you did say something for the Nigerians out there, and you talked a lot about, I guess, winning over Nigerian fans and everything, since obviously that is where you're from, of course. Do you have a plan for winning them over, since we do know they're huge fans of football, of course?
No, it's done. All they had to hear was me speak to them in their native tongue to realize I'm not whitewashed or something. So, yeah, there's 3 main languages in Nigeria. There's Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa, and I'm from the Yoruba tribe. And in those languages, there's thousands of different dialects. But yeah, I just let them know, what's up? I'm out here. I'm working. I'm representing, and you guys are kind of just not even paying me no mind. Notice me, senpai. So I hit them up, and instantly they all just even comedians, Nigerian comedians that I've been following for a long time, they kind of wow, and everyone's just jumping on the train. So yeah, and when they go hard for their people, they go hard. So I've always said what I want to do is be like to the Philippines what Pacquiao was. Pacquiao to the Philippines, when he fought, he shut down the whole country. Yeah. So I want to do the same thing in Nigeria. When I fight, I want to shut down the whole country because everyone's just tuned in. And that's 180 million people. That's a lot of people, 180 million.
And so why is that important to you to, I guess, get the people from your roots to root for you and everything? Just how important is that for you?
For me, because it's pride. I feel like I'm the runt of my people. There's so many more athletic athletic specimens where I'm from. I'm a kid who had to work to get where I'm at because I'm not. People say I'm physically gifted, but I'm not really. I had to find a way to bring that out of me. But some kids are just ridiculous. So imagine if you like get those guys instead of putting a football in their hand, giving them a boxing glove or a jiu-jitsu gi, they'd be bad. Like, it just will take over this whole thing, Nigerians, if that happens. So, yeah, we're physical specimens, my people. Just it's in the DNA. You can't deny that. So I really want them to not limit themselves. You know, there's more for someone to make it in football in Nigeria. It'd be harder than a lot to make it in MMA. So a lot of kids, I think they can do that. Just focus their attention on something else. Not even just MMA for fighting, but to make it just as I want them to have what MMA has done for me or what martial arts has done for me. I want if someone else can get that from training and discipline and all that kind of stuff, I'd be happy.
And so UFC 226 is obviously the next day. You watched your buddy Dan Hooker get the first round KO. One of the fights you were talking about, Uriah Hall, of course. Did you watch the Costa versus Hall fight?
Yeah, I watched it closely. I had to look at it, and yeah, good brawl. It was good brawl. That's what it was. It was entertaining to watch from that perspective. But I mean, they were talking. Even I saw this interview because a lot of things I just avoid before the fight because I don't really need anything from anyone or any kind of bad energy. Yeah. So it was an interview where he was saying, you can quote me on that, saying fuck him. And I watched the interview after the fight, and when they asked him about me, he was trying to like who's she? Like, he had some weak ass lines like, who's she? And I talked about Brad Tavares is a beast. This guy is not even close on Brad's level. Brad beats me in the gym every day. Well, I just whooped your boy for 5 fucking rounds. Imagine what I do to you.
And so, are you hoping to face him, or do you think, you beat the number 8 ranked guy, do you deserve somebody bigger?
I don't care. He's not. If I face him now, that's me giving him a little shine. Like I said, he's a clout chaser, big clout chaser. So I'm not worried. I'm looking for bigger fish to fry. He just lost. I want someone who's coming off a win. So Paulo Costa, I told Dana, they're not too keen, but I can see why. And I'm not. You know what? He can still get it later on, but I'd rather get him now. I want to get him out the way and then move on.
And so obviously you've had a big year so far. We're only halfway through, 3 fights, all victories. The hype train is finally, people are getting on it. How do you see the rest of 2018 going?
My way or the highway. But yeah, I think it's gonna just be me and whoever I pick. I have a little bit of a say in the matchmaking. It doesn't, because so far it's been 3 for 3. It's not over. I'm not ruling out Costa. I really want that fight. So I just want to get that and then one more early next year, like maybe February or March, and then that'd be me for the year because I started in February. So if I can get 5 fights this year or in that year, then that'd be cool. I don't know who else has been doing it apart from maybe someone like Cowboy back in the day. But yeah.
And so, do you have any injuries or anything you need to heal up? Do you have like an idea when you'd like to come back to the cage?
Yeah, probably. I'll start training again for a camp in September. Yeah, September I'll start training again for a camp. But we'll see. Towards the end of the year, I'll close it strong.
For sure. So I just have one more for you. Obviously, we know who you want next, but if you'd like to give some kind of call out, some kind of message from Mr. Paulo Costa, the floor is yours.
Nah, he probably wouldn't understand what I said anyway.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I don't really care. He had a good fight. He wasn't completely safe in that fight. As much as I give Uriah Hall shit, he's still a button basher, and he's dangerous when he does. So Costa got caught with a few things in that fight that you don't want to get caught by me. He doesn't want me on the end of that jab. It's a different kind of jab. I'm on the end of it.